Support for The Bittersweet Life comes from our listeners. If you love this show, help support it. We are an independent production. We have absolutely no financial backing, which means we live based on your support. If we can't pay our bills, this show, well, I guess we either pay for it out of our own pocket, which we've certainly done in the past, or we decide that it's no longer worth the effort. This is something we don't want to do. So if you love this show, please help support it. Visit thebittersweetlife.net and click the support buttons, or go to patreon.com/thebittersweetlifepodcast. There, for as little as $5 a month, you'll support the show and get bonus episodes too. And occasional meetups, where you can meet with us one-on-one and share your own ideas on the show. Look for links in the show notes. And thank you so much. Welcome to Rome. This is The Bittersweet Life with Katie Sewell and Tiffany Parks. Hello, this is The Bittersweet Life. I'm Katie Sewell.
I'm Tiffany Parks.
Tiffany in Rome, Katie in Seattle. For those of you who are new to the show, Tiffany's been in Rome for the last 20 years or so. Has a child, Aurelio, a husband, Claudio. Katie, she's in Seattle. She's been in Seattle for a long time. With a stint in Rome.
With a few interesting stints in between.
Yes.
Including Rome.
Including Rome, San Francisco, etc. Highly encourage you to go back and listen to episodes. It was interesting, actually, lately, Tiffany, somebody wrote to us who had just found the show, and they said, you have so many episodes, where do you even begin? What's your advice? And I said, well, there are two approaches, but I don't think any approach is wrong, so do you. But one approach is what some people do, which is they start at the beginning and they binge through it because the early episodes do hold up, I think. Or that version light. I've also known people who binge through the beginning, but they're also listening to the modern ones at the same time. And then there's the other way that you can go about it, which is this show, usually every episode has a topic. And so you can go through it and like topic pick things that sound interesting and do it that way. There's no wrong ways. But yeah, baseline, Tiffany's in Rome, Katie's in Seattle, and we're very glad that you're here. And Tiffany, you were just telling me about something right before we came on to tape this show, and I was like, whoa. Stop that immediately. Let's do this on the show. So what were you telling me about?
Yes, I was doing the very, very unpleasant, I feel, task of doing the cambio di stagione, which literally translates to the change of season. And what it entails is basically taking out all of your winter clothes out of your closet, out of your drawers, or your wardrobe, because we don't have closets here in Italy. We have wardrobes, which is why we have to do cambio di stagione, because if we had a nice big closet, we could just keep everything in there all year, but we don't. So we take everything out and we switch it with the spring and summer wardrobe. It's especially a pain to do obviously then you have to do it again around October time.
Yeah.
But it's especially annoying in going into summer because you have to decide how much of the stuff, like how many of these sweaters have to be laundered, because if you don't launder, I mean, I never launder all of them. I just don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
There's no way. And plus I don't have like space to hang 20 sweaters.
Yeah, because here's another thing Italy doesn't usually have is a dryer.
Yeah, but I mean I wouldn't put a sweater in a dryer even if I had one.
True, but
I was not raised to put sweaters in the dryer.
True, but there are some now like acrylic polyester sweaters that people wear that could be thrown into a dryer. Not all
maybe. I would never ever try that. I don't even wash my sweaters in the washing machine unless I know it's less than, it's a small percentage of real wool. Like otherwise I will not put it in the washing machine. Although my washing machine has a wool cycle, which I have never been brave enough to try because my mother she honed into me that, like, is that the word? She just pounded into my head that, like, you don't put sweaters in the washing machine. You don't even put, like, underwear in the washing machine unless it's like cotton.
Uh-huh.
You've got lace or silk underwear. No, you wash that stuff by hand. Your bras you wash by hand. I've gotten a little bit lazy about this, I gotta say,
Yeah.
in recent years. And I use a little laundry bag and hope that that helps. And I do, I definitely do like a gentle cycle. I don't put the spin cycle very high. Okay, we're
Uh,
kind of going off topic here, talking about personal laundry habits. But my point is, I'm like, am I going to hand wash all 20 of these sweaters? But what happens, and what has happened to me in the past, is that if you have a sweater that kind of smells like sweat a little bit, and I don't mean like stinky BO, but just smells a tiny little bit of sweat, the moths will find it. They will make holes in it.
uh,
So you do have to be careful. And I almost always wear a blouse or a shirt underneath my sweaters. So I don't usually have this problem, but
yeah.
you got to be aware. You got to be careful. So anyways, my point is it's just a big, huge hassle. And in Italy, almost everybody has a container bed.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what that is? I don't know if you have that over
I
the
mean, I
States.
assume it's a bed that you can lift up and you can store stuff in it or underneath
Yes.
it.
Yeah, it's in the base of the bed. And it's kind of like most people in Italy couldn't live without it because where do you put all of your winter clothes in the summer and vice versa? It's like
Uh-huh.
unless you want to, put them in the cantina, the basement, which I suppose you could do, but
I know that
creates a whole other step that I just don't want to do.
that's true because then you'd have to go all the way downstairs. Yeah, all the way to
Yes,
the
and several times, you'd have to make trips down there.
right, because you live in what it's kind of a condo building, apartment type building, and so
Hmm.
everybody's got a storage unit down in the basement.
Not everybody. You have to buy it. You have to pay for it. It does not come with the apartment.
Well,
It's a separate
I happen to
thing.
know that, and maybe this isn't true anymore, but I happen to know that you have a container bed, but you used to keep things in there like books,
Books.
books, I don't know, journals, old magazines you'd written for. So, I mean, does that mean that your container bed is already well occupied before the winter clothes even become a
Yeah,
factor?
it is very well occupied. I don't keep books in there anymore. That was when I was sort of hiding my collector's editions from my husband when I was looking for a place to put them, and then I just finally he found them. I was like, "What is this?" I mean, it wasn't that many books. It was like maybe 15 books. Okay, so let's not get too upset. But I did end up buying another bookcase. That's another story for another day. But it is very full under there with other stuff that, is the kind of stuff that you don't need every day, but you need to have it close by,
Right.
like Aurelio's karate backpack or Claudio's extra karate suits, which are very bulky, or like, the extra sheets, extra towels. They're all under there. We don't have a linen closet. Who has
Oh
a
my
linen
goodness.
closet in Italy?
Well,
So
here's another
it
question.
goes down there.
This is a question that I have. I understand why there are no closets in, say, the ancient buildings that have been converted into apartments where people live in the historic center of Rome. But your building is a brand new building. You are the first person to live in this particular apartment. Why in the world would they not build closets into a brand new building?
Okay, I have a few possibilities. One could be because it takes up space in the room.
True.
And when potential people are coming to view the apartment, they might feel like the rooms are too small. The
Mm-hmm.
rooms in this building and the rooms in pretty much almost, unless you're talking about luxury buildings, pretty much if it's a modern building, like built in the last 30 years, the rooms are quite small. Whereas in Italy, in like the 50s and the 60s, when they were building sort of the first big buildings in the close suburbs of Rome, they're huge. Like the bedrooms are enormous. Like you could have the same square footage as our apartment, and it would be a one bedroom. And
Uh-huh.
ours is a three bedroom and two bath. They used to have these giant bedrooms, giant living rooms, and then this huge like hallway that was just wasted space. I mean, if you're living in a city that like Rome that, doesn't have a lot of extra space, you don't want to waste it on a hallway or on an entryway.
Sure.
So that's my number one guess. I would say that it just makes the rooms look much smaller and they already are small. Whereas, we all know we're going to have to put a wardrobe in the room
I
and
know,
it's going
but
to take up a lot of space, but you don't think about it. It's a psychological thing. When you walk into a space and it's empty,
yeah.
you're not thinking, oh my gosh, though, it's going to feel way smaller with the wardrobe in here. You're just thinking about what you're seeing.
I get that theory, but also like I mean, if I was shopping for an apartment here in the States and
Hmm.
there was a closet there, I mean, yes, you assess the size of the room, but I don't have to stick a giant wardrobe into this small room that I'm seeing. So I don't know.
I think it's psychological. I do. And secondly, I just think it's not common. And so people don't expect it and people don't think to do it. Now, there are people who, like my sister-in-law, who is obsessed with clothes and shoes and has dreamed her entire life of having a walk-in closet. She dreams about having a walk-in closet like I dream about having the entire set of the Penguin Clothbound Classics.
Right.
And so she just moved in with her boyfriend, who has a new apartment. It was an apartment that had to be remodeled. And as they were doing the remodeling, she was like, okay, in the bedroom, the master bedroom, we're putting a walk-in closet in. Luckily, that building is a little bit older than ours, and so it's significantly older. And so the bedrooms are a bit bigger, especially the master bedroom is bigger. She had the space. It looks like a really small room now, but there's no wardrobe in it. So and she's got a small walk-in closet and she's just over the moon.
Yeah.
But most people, they wouldn't think like that. It's like not having a dryer, you know? You think about it and you're like, wow, that'd be really useful.
Yeah.
But where am I going to put it? Like my thought was, where am I going to put it? I have no space for a dryer.
Well, I believe that there are dryers now, or there are washing, drying combos now. Don't they have these in Japan where like it both washes and dries? But it's like one thing
Yes,
like you have?
they have them here. I don't know recently, but I know there was one in a building that I lived in years ago with that psycho guy. He had one, but it did not dry the clothes properly. You know, when you take the clothes out of the dryer and they're totally damp, and you're like, why did I even waste the energy to run these through?
Fair.
So I don't know. Now that's been 20 years ago. Maybe the technology is better now. I also feel like they're very bulky. They're just big. Like my washing machine is so small, and it had to be to fit in the bathroom, which is where it is, which is where most people have their washing machine, either in the bathroom or in the kitchen, because we don't
Right.
have laundry rooms.
Right. Right.
That's another thing we don't have. We don't have laundry rooms. We don't have linen closets. We don't have any closets.
Yeah.
So for all those people out there who are like, I want to move to Italy, just be aware. You're going to have a lot less space for your stuff.
No closets. Yeah. So true.
Anyway, the truth is the clothes dry really fast here. If you have any space to hang them outside, even in the wintertime, unless it's raining, if it's windy, even if it's cold, if it is windy, those clothes are drying fast.
That's fair.
But anyway, so I had to do this thing today, and I have actually a double two-level wardrobe. In Italy, we have pretty high ceilings, and the wardrobe that I found is to the centimeter exactly the height of my apartment, and also the width of like this little alcove that happens to be there. It fit perfectly. I could turn that into a closet because there's a space. I don't want to go, it's hard to describe, but like, can you imagine like the space that a wardrobe would take up?
Yeah.
And it's flush with a wall.
Yeah.
Okay,
Totally.
so I could, if I wanted to spend the money, I could have a carpenter build a closet.
Like around the wardrobe?
No,
Or-
no, like get rid of the wardrobe.
I
Just
see.
take it
Take
out
it out.
and just put in, shelves and the rods and then build the doors. I could do that. We discussed that, but when we moved in, we had so much work to do on the house as you do. Even though it was brand new, like we had to put in the
Kitchen.
all the kitchen.
Because that's another
entire
thing you don't
kitchen.
have. There's no
There's another
kitchen
thing.
when you bought. I mean, oh my gosh.
This could
for
be an
those of
episode
you-
about all the stuff in Italy that is inconvenient and in a basic living
But I
situation.
mean, yeah, in
Now,
basic living situation.
we have
there's-
kitchens, Katie. We
I
have
know, I
kitchens.
know,
don't
but
want
when
people
you buy
listening
a-
to think we don't have kitchens. When you buy an apartment, generally speaking, now this is not always the case because some people, when they sell their apartment, they're like, "This kitchen is so old. I don't give a crap. I'm just leaving it here." So it's not 100%, but 9 times out of 10, they're bringing all of their kitchen cabinets and cupboards and their fridge and their sink and everything. They're bringing it with them.
Yeah.
And if you buy a new place like I bought, it's just an empty room with like a gas hookup and like the water and that's it and and some tiles.
Okay.
We were lucky they put in tiles, so we didn't have to do the tiles. But yeah, there's also no light fixtures. Okay, anyway,
Well, here's another.
zero light fixtures, zero light fixtures.
Here's a funny contrast because I have just spent a ton of time down in California at my sister's place. And when my sister is home, for those of you who listen all the time, my sister Dana has been receiving brain cancer treatment up in San Francisco. But when she is home and we're together, one of the things that she really likes to do is she likes to go look at open houses. The easiest ones to go to are the ones that are in her own neighborhood. And in her neighborhood, there's like 3 to 4 models of home. Like, so any open house you go to, it's like one of the 4 models, except it might be reversed or backwards or like with different fixtures. So it's kind of interesting to
Mm-hmm.
see the exact same house, but in a different light. And so
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of these places, and there was one place that was they were selling it for what we both agreed was way too much. But it was also
Mm-hmm.
way too much because the people had taken the fridge and the washer dryer with them when they had moved out. Now, every other house we had seen was about the same price, in better condition, and the washer and dryer and the fridge was still there, as is typical and common in the United States. Is if it exists in the house, you leave it,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and you move on. Here in the US, it would be like if you walked into the kitchen and everything had been stripped, you'd be like, why in the world would I buy this place? It just
Yeah, the
would not be done.
Italians would be like, and this is in fact what my sister-in-law's boyfriend did when he bought this house. It had his kitchen in it. He stripped it out. He took it out, got rid of it. He wanted his own new kitchen. He wanted something new. And Italians love modern kitchens. It's the funny thing about Italians. Like, you will almost never find someone with a sort of like country style kitchen. It exists. You can find it, but it's just not popular. Everybody wants the like sleek, modern kitchen, where all the cupboards are like shiny white or black, or everything is sort of like hidden into the wall. Like
Yeah.
the oven is there, but you'd never know that the oven was there. And the fridge is here, but there's like a covering of the door of the fridge that looks like all of the cabinets. They love their induction stoves. So it's like just a big black square, and it's shiny and clean. And I guess it's true. It is much easier to keep a kitchen like that clean. They really like their kitchens. You see kitchen shops all over town where where you go there and you're like, you sit down with a consultant and you like give them the measurements of your kitchen and they help you put it together. And I mean, we did that. And I gotta say, it was super fun. And I loved having like this brand new kitchen that was exactly the way I wanted, although a little too small.
Yes.
But anyway, so that's the reason there are no kitchens. Usually rental places will have a kitchen
Right.
because if you're renting a place, you're not going to put in like $20,000 kitchen, right?
Right. For sure.
But one time I went to look at an apartment I think it was when I was moving in with Claudio, like about a year, half a year before we got married. And I was looking at all these different apartments, and I went to this one apartment that happened to be on Via Giulia. So I was like, wow, the price was actually decent. I was like, wow. And I realized why the price was decent. There was no kitchen in it. They're like, this is the kitchen. And I was like, come again?
Huh.
Anyway,
Get yourself a dorm
and
fridge. Yeah. Those little tiny
yes, a
fridges.
dorm fridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Italy has a lot of things that light fixtures as well. Like there's not just like a round, what do you call that when the lights are like in the ceiling?
Yeah. Recessed lighting, I believe.
Exactly. I mean, I grew up with that. I don't know you. I mean, of course we had some hanging lights for sure, but most of the lights were like that, and you just screw in a light bulb and call it a day.
Yeah.
Here it's like you gotta figure out all the wiring because there'll be a wire hanging down from the ceiling, but you're like, this isn't in the right place. Like we gotta like put the wire back in the ceiling, like dig a little rivet for it, get the wire in the ceiling, then stucco it up and repaint, and then we have to buy a light fixture.
Hmm.
Oh my God. It's not, it's, yeah, there's a lot of inconvenience here for sure when it comes to the housing world, just your home. When you think about it, like you don't think about it. I don't think about it because I live here and this is my reality and I've been here for so long. But sitting here talking about it, we don't have closets. We don't have light fixtures. We don't have linen closets or kitchens or
Well, and
anyway.
tons of buildings are like super vertical and there's no elevator. Every time you get
Yes,
home,
you
you
get
have
that
to.
more in the historic center. You
Yes.
don't see that as much out where I am. But yes,
But
there are a lot of buildings that are like, fourth, fifth floor walk-ups. But you get a lot of those in New York too.
true. That's true. Yes. But every time you get home, you have to go up 5 flights of stairs or whatever happens.
Yeah.
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 Hey, it's Katie. If you've been thinking about coming to Rome with us, now is the time to decide. Tiffany and I are hosting an incredibly special trip this fall. Just 8 rooms, likely fewer than 14 people. And soon, registration will be closed. Each morning, we'll walk together, exploring the hidden side of Rome. The overlooked artworks, the secret cloisters, the churches, with stories that no one tells. And in the afternoons, you're free to do what you wish. But you won't be left hanging. We'll guide you to the best restaurants, self-guided walks, and hidden gems, so that every moment is meaningful, even on your own. This is not a typical tour. It's something more personal, more beautiful, even more tailored to you. So if you've been waiting for the right time to go, this is it. Go to thebittersweetlife.net for more information, or write to us at bittersweetlifepodcast@gmail.com. Book your room before someone else gets it, because once the rooms are gone, they're gone. Rome, October 5th to the 11th, 2025. We hope to see you there. You're rotating the clothes. Here we are. It's
just to
June.
finish the story of the cambio di stagione.
Yes.
When you have a little kid, it's even more fun. You have to get them to try on the clothes that you're putting away to figure out if you want to hold on to them or if you want to get rid of them because they're too small.
Right.
If they don't have any younger siblings, obviously. And Aurelio was always like, "This still fits me. This still fits me." And I'm like, "Honey, this is 5'6". Like, are you you're not almost 10. Like, does this really fit you?"
Mm-hmm.
Like he's wearing pajamas. Like he just got, because I just did this, right? So he's like, "Oh my gosh, my summer pajamas finally." He's got like 3 pairs of summer pajamas. I haven't bought him any in so long because he loves these ones that he has. And I'm like, "Honey, this is so small. Like you've had this forever." I'm like, "Let me look at the age." And it was 5'6".
Uh-huh. And now he's 9, so yes.
He's almost 10. He's still wearing
Yeah,
them.
that's
And
right.
then like he's got a couple of like sweaters. And the thing about him is he will want to keep something, but he never wears it.
Yes.
And I mean a lot of adults have this problem too. So it's not just a kid problem. But it's like, "Oh, I really love that sweater." I'm like, "Yeah, but whenever I pull it out and I tell you to wear it, you're like, 'No, I don't want to wear it.'" So he has these 2 sweaters that he was obsessed with when he got them 2 or 3 years ago, and they're like sweater jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was like probably 6 or 7, he just thought, and they're Christmas, sort of Christmas style, and he just thought they made him look so sophisticated. And this year he didn't wear them all winter. And I was like, "Honey, should we get rid of these?" "No." I was like, "Honey, you didn't wear them all winter. You didn't wear them once." "I know, but I'll wear them next year." I'm like, I looked at I think they were 6'7". I'm like, "These are 6'7". He's like,
Yeah.
"That's okay. They'll still fit me. They'll still fit me." And he has a couple of t-shirts that are his size. And like for an American kid, like if an American kid tried this t-shirt on, they might be like, "This is a bit small."
Uh-huh.
He tries it on. He's like, "This is like a dress." He's like, "I'm wearing a dress. Like I can't, this is too big for me. I can't wear this." Like, because in Italy, we don't have the style. Men don't have the style of wearing like the really big t-shirt.
Yeah,
They
it's a
wear
little more
they wear their
fitted.
shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more fitted. So anyway, I'm like, it's constant struggle with trying to get him to like wear his clothes in the window that they fit.
Right. Well, what is it for him
Um,
like holding on to it? Is it nostalgia or is it just
he's very nostalgic. Yeah,
yeah.
he's very attached to his things, everything. Like he'll be like, "These shoes still fit me," and I'm like, "Honey, these are pinching your toes." He's like, "Yeah, but they still fit me. I really like them." And I'm like, "Are you gonna wear them?" He's like, "No, no, no,"
No, 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 no,
because
no.
they're uncomfortable.
See, I have
But I
like
could wear them. I could wear them with thinner socks. Like,
I have like the opposite problem where like I'll have a sweater, for example, that perhaps I'm thinking of one in particular in my head that anytime I wore it, it fit me really, really well. And for you and me, of course, we don't have Aurelio's problem because we're not growing anymore. So we could, in perpetuity, wear something for the
speak
rest
for
of our
yourself,
lives.
Katie. Speak for yourself. Not growing in the way I'd like to be growing,
Oh,
but
well, okay. But, we're not getting any taller. But anyway, we could, in theory at least, wear the same things for the rest of our lives. Okay?
Mhm.
But I'll have like a sweater that I know fits me really well. And people, if I wear it, will even say, "Oh, that sweater looks so good on you." And for whatever reason, I'll hate that sweater. I really don't like it. I'll wear it from time to time because I know people think it looks good on me. But I'll just have it in my drawer mostly, and I'll be like, "Yeah, but I can't get rid of that sweater because people think it looks good on me and it fits me really well." But every time I wear it, I feel like a total dope, you know. And so
Why? Why don't you like
finally,
it?
I mean, I think it was something about the color and the pattern. It just really wasn't me somehow,
Hmm.
you know. And so finally, a year ago or so, I gave myself permission to get rid of that sweater. But it took me so long to get rid of that sweater because of the opposite of Aurelio's problem. Like, I'm like, well, it fits me so well. It looks, you know, everybody thinks it looks great, so I guess I should keep this sweater, you know, knowing I only am going to maybe wear it once. In the whole day I'm wearing it, I'm gonna be like, ugh, I hate this sweater, you know. But yeah, I guess it's kind of similar in the sense that I don't want to waste like a perfectly good sweater, but at the same point, I sometimes need to sit down and recognize like you don't like this, so
Hmm.
just let it go. Oh,
Yeah. I
so
am a big, we talked about it on a previous episode that I am a big decluttering fan.
yes,
I like to declutter, but I do have a hard time with clothes. I can throw away kitchen utensils like they're toothpicks. Like I just like get rid of everything, plates. I just it's very easy for me to declutter that kind of stuff. Gadgets that are just lying around the house. But clothes, I understand you. Unless it's something that I truly hate. Something that I truly hate is easy for me to get rid of. But for me, it's like those things that I never really found the right occasion to wear.
mm,
And I've had in my closet, or they just don't look right on me, but they're so pretty.
yeah,
Like I have this pale pink jacket that is from Anthropologie. And I
mm-hmm.
got it on sale, like some ridiculous, like 80% off. Like I paid 20% of the price, like something crazy. And it was years ago. I mean, this was before I moved to Italy. It's made of the same fabric that they make those Chinese dresses out of. Do you know what I'm talking about with the Mandarin collar
Uh-huh,
that they have like that embroidery on them and it's like a satin.
yeah,
And the jacket itself has a Mandarin collar. So it has the exact same type of closure with those little sort of not buttons, I don't know what they're called, along the side. And it's beautiful. Like to look at it on a hanger, it's really beautiful. It's well made, it's lined, and it's short-waisted, which is kind of my style. But when I wear it, when I put it on, and I think it's because it closes on one side instead of in the front, it kind of puffs out in a weird way around the tummy.
uh-huh,
It's just unflattering. It just
uh-huh,
doesn't look good. And so I've probably worn it like twice in the 25 years that I've owned it, but I
uh-huh.
cannot bring myself to get rid of it. I'm like, this is so beautiful. It's in perfect condition. It was expensive. I didn't pay that much for it, but it was expensive to begin with. And I'm like, I can't get rid of this thing. So I do have some things like that. And because I was just doing my Cambio di Stagione today, I was, confronted with decisions like this as well. Because every year I try
Yeah,
to get rid of several pieces. And I'm like, did I wear this the entire season? And if I didn't wear it the whole season, you'd think you're not going to wear it ever. So get
yeah,
rid of it. And I did take out 3 sweaters, a long cardigan. I know that there's more stuff that I could have
mm-hmm.
taken out. And sometimes it just
Including,
takes time. It takes like 4 cambi di stagione of looking at this thing every year, every spring, and being like, I didn't wear this again this year,
mm-hmm.
but maybe I'll wear it next year. Maybe I'll keep it. Let me just use up my very precious space with this sweater. Let me hand wash it while I'm at it.
And so did the anthropology jacket make the cut?
It made the cut. And here's the thing about the Anthropologie jacket. So I have a like I told you, I have a 2 level wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
And so the sweaters and stuff I put in like accessories, hats, gloves, scarves, things like that. Those go under the bed. But as far as like pants and jackets and blouses and things like that, I just switch it. Bring the summer stuff down and I put the winter stuff up. That jacket is always on the top. Like it never comes down.
I almost want you to go get it and put it on right now. I'm just
You want me to? I
yeah,
can.
I'll take your picture. I'll take your picture.
Okay. All right. I'll go get it.
I'll stand by.
I have it.
Woo!
I don't know if I can get far enough away.
It is pretty.
It's very pretty. This would look great on you. It doesn't fit. It's too small. I didn't realize it was this small on me now. It's really sad. Either I give it to you, it would look so good on you. Because you're dark, you know? And you
I
look
can
better
try
in
it
light
on
colors.
during our Roman adventure if you want.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right, so I'll send you these pictures. You can post them to social media and people can vote on whether or not they think that jacket should make the next cycle or not. Uh,
Okay,
or,
fair enough.
or even what the value of having an object that you know you're never going to do anything with, but you get to see it every day. Like you see its presence every day.
Yeah, but I think a lot of times those things that you have in your closet can kind of give you either not necessarily anxiety, but kind of a sense of failure. Like for
Yeah.
me, I'm always, and this is personal thing, but it's truth. I feel like I'm always trying to lose weight. Like I'm not overweight, but I'm always just trying to get back to, whatever I was when I got married.
Yeah.
So I have some clothes that I really love that just don't fit me anymore, especially pants. And I'm like, no, but I'm probably going to lose that weight. I mean, this is a classic thing. This is not just me. And I'm like, I'm going to fit into this, so I'm going to keep this. But the problem with that is every time you see that piece of clothing,
Hmm.
you're reminded of your failure. It's like, oh, I still can't fit into these friggin' pants. Last fall, when I decided not to get rid of them and instead put them into storage, I thought I'd be able to wear this by this summer. But no, another summer, then they're not going to fit me. Eventually, I just took a lot of those clothes that I really loved that didn't fit me. I took them and I put them in a plastic bin and I put them in my cantina, my basement storage area. I don't need to be reminded of them all the time, but I
Twice a
wanted to
year.
keep them just in case.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. All right, well, let's leave it there for now. And until next time, this is The Bittersweet Life. I'm Katie Sewell.
I'm Tiffany Parks.
Maybe we should all, in solidarity with you, with your no closets over in Italy, go through ours this weekend and do a
Yes,
rotation of some kind. Do a
purge your
purge.
stuff and enjoy the space, the extra space that you'll have in your closet. That is one of the main reasons that I get rid of stuff is so that I have space and it's so nice. And going into spring is always so nice because the winter clothes take up way more room.
That's so true. It's so true. All right. I'll leave it there. And yeah, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye. If you love the show, take a moment to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We love to read while you listen, and your rating might help someone else discover the show. Take just a couple of minutes to let the world know what you think of this show. It means the world to us. Thanks.